Good evening, everyone. I hope your cell groups are all doing well and staying healthy. Before we get into some of the questions for your discussion this evening, I want to just share with you a little bit about the background on my video. It's from the video, The Veil Removed, that Father George talked about in his homily a couple of weeks ago. If you haven't seen it, I would strongly recommend it. It's very brief. It's about 6 minutes. It's extremely well done, and it's very powerful. And I believe it will give you a new and exciting perspective on the Mass that we participate in. So let's get into the questions for this week. So as you know, the readings in the gospel were very rich, a lot of substance, a lot of things that you can talk about. It shouldn't be too difficult to generate some conversation, but I will give you 3 questions to kind of get you started. So the first question is, of all the things Jesus mentioned in his gospel, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, pray for those who mistreat you, bless those who curse you, and so forth and so on. Of all those different things that Jesus said that we should do, which do you find the most difficult to incorporate into your life? Which one of those things do you find the most troubling or the most difficult, for whatever the reason is, and why? Your cell group leader should have a list of some of those, or I'm sure you can pull it back up from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 6, 27, 38. But that would be the first question. The second question then is, if you were to summarize the gospel, it's basically Jesus is telling us that we need to be more forgiving, right? We need to be more merciful and forgiving. And so what one thing can you do, or what one practice can you incorporate into your daily life that will help you shift from being judgmental and getting quick to anger, and instead being more forgiving in your daily activities? So what one practice can you implement that will help you be more merciful and forgiving toward others? And then on top of that, how can you incorporate that practice into your upcoming Lenten journey? I think that would be a good discussion question for everybody. And then 3, can you share with the group a time in your life where someone hurt you or injured you by what they said or what they did, or mistreated you in any way, or maybe even took something from you? It doesn't have to be a tangible item, but maybe they took something from you, your dignity, or stole your, sometimes at work, our bosses are taking credit for what you did. And so can you think of an instance where someone hurt or injured you or offended you in any way? How did you respond to that at the time? How would you respond to it now? Hopefully there's a difference because you've grown in your faith. And for a bonus, kind of like, how could someone respond to that would more clearly reflect the words of today's gospel? So those are the 3 questions. I hope they're helpful to you. I hope your cell groups have a good conversation tonight. And again, thank you for participating. I know Father George believes in these very, very wholeheartedly, and as do I. And so we want to thank you for your participation. Have a good night, and may God bless.